Hey, yeah. So, yeah, here I am down by the water. How's everybody else doing today? Yeah. Yeah, so anywho, yeah. Oh, I just want to deliver a quick note to the world in general that it is a beautiful day and it is a beautiful life. And yes, there are shitty moments. There are very shitty moments, but those shitty moments are temporary. And life overall is good. Now, if you're having shitty moments right now, and those shitty moments have been going on for a little too long, I still need you to hang in there and just go with it, okay? Life will get better. And I can say that because I have had shitty moments that lasted for decades. And I still struggle with depression. And yet, here I am, alive and well and happy and functioning. And yes, not all antidepressants have 4 legs and a tail, but all the ones that work for me do. They do, yes. And so, yes, puppy time is a good thing. Puppy time is always a good thing, or kitten time, or any cute furry animal that is cuddly and behaves affectionately towards you. Absolutely, yeah. Puppy time, human companionship time, cafe, sitting down with friends and having coffee together. It's always time for that. It's always time for creative activity, guitar, sketchbook, clay, pottery, anything. Whatever it takes to be creative, to vent creative energy so that you don't have to carry it around and let it convert into depression and despair and despondency and frustration. Yeah, that said, I'm gonna head home now because it is a beautiful day, but I need to go do a few things, and so that'll be my day, okay? Yeah, laundry is calling. The laundry is calling, unfortunately. Laundry. Ye merciful gods, why is laundry? Why? Yeah. Oh, wait, we need clean clothes. Yeah. And I need clean uniforms for work. So there is that. But anyway, take care, be well, stay safe. Love yous all. All of you, okay? Take care and be well. Whoa, yeah. So, anywho, yesterday, I went for a nice walk down along the water and addressed people in depression and despair and misery and asked you to hang in there. Yeah. Today, I'm addressing a major cause of depression and misery. Religiously induced self-loathing. Yes. The horrible message that is beaten into children from a very young age. There's a lot of mechanical activity taking place in the neighborhood right now. Yeah, you can hear it. But yeah, the conditioning given to children from a very young age within Christianity in particular, although to a lesser degree Islam and Judaism. But Christianity really takes it to an extreme, teaching children that they are, how shall we say, what's the term that was used on me when I was a Christian? Oh yes, miserable sinner and filthy rags. That was always a good one to use on kids. Tell them they are filthy rags. Yeah. Another one that was very popular was to tell us that we were totally depraved. And of course, deserving hellfire. Yes. Yeah. When you beat that into a child from an early age, they're going to have severe self-loathing issues and severe depression. Yeah. I still struggle with the low self-esteem that was pounded into me as a child growing up in Christianity. No longer feeling the profound depths of self-loathing, but still deeply adversely affected by that particular indoctrination. Yeah. Being taught to see yourself as essentially worthless garbage. And taught that the only way you can be given value is if Jesus gives you value by forgiving you for your sins. Yeah. And yes, we were also told that we were sinful. That was another big one that they used on us. You can really do a lot of damage to a child's psyche with that kind of bullshit. And that damage carries over into adulthood, into adults who are heavily dependent upon antidepressants to keep them functional. Or if they don't have antidepressants, then they turn to alcohol and drugs and, yeah. With or without these things, they also act out their rage and their self-loathing through violence, especially domestic violence. Because, yes, young men raised with this kind of self-loathing do become beaters up of their girlfriends, wives, etc. And women raised in this same kind of environment taught that they are worthless garbage, that they are sinful, that they are the reason for the fall of man, and that they are collectively guilty of the sin of Eve. Yeah, that was a good one. That they deserve every beating that they get, and therefore they should just take it quietly, obediently, and be ready to slap on a lot of makeup the next day before they go out to hide the bruises. Yeah. Religious indoctrination, especially Christian religious indoctrination, creates people who are abusive and who accept abuse as normal. Yeah. And the most extreme example of this is, of course, on the res, where survivors of the residential school system constantly act out in accordance with the Christian indoctrination that was beaten and raped into them as children. And that's why we lost several generations of elders. Yeah. Multiple generations of elders that are completely broken and cannot function. Because at the residential schools, Christianity was beaten and raped into all of them, along with English and the practice of cutting one's hair short and rejecting one's native heritage as, quote, inferior. Yes. Yeah, that was a big one. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, they did a number on us, didn't they? Yeah. But the good news is that we are now looking at a younger generation who never had to go through the residential schools, and are reclaiming our pre-Christian heritage. And all I can say for these younger natives is bravo, bravo, you're doing it. Thank you. Thank you for saving us all collectively. Thank you. Yeah. But, yeah. So religious indoctrination created a climate of depression, self-loathing, self-hatred, low self-esteem. Yeah. Yeah, and a general understanding that one is, quote, sinful and worthless and inferior and in need of correction. Yeah. 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 To say nothing of being, again, filthy rags and totally depraved. Yeah. Well, that's a lot of damage. And it's not just done to native kids. It's done to Anglo-European, quote, white kids as well, who grow up in a church environment where, yeah, the message is hammered home, perhaps less violently, but still, it's hammered home. And so we see in the white man's suburbia the exact same problem of men with low self-esteem and a low sense of self-worth, and women with low self-esteem and a low sense of self-worth, because they've had the Christian indoctrination that teaches them that they are unworthy, undeserving, worthless sinners. Yeah. And that they deserve to be punished with eternal torture. When you beat that message into a kid, is it any wonder that they grow up to be a broken adult? Honestly. Well. So yeah, if your experience in life has been that you have been conditioned to believe that you are worthless garbage, that you are a miserable sinner, that you are filthy rags, that you are totally depraved, and that you are deserving hellfire. Yeah. If that's been beaten into you and you're struggling with depression and misery and self-loathing and low self-esteem, just remember, it was all bullshit. You are a good person and you deserve to be treated decently. You deserve to be happy. And you deserve to not have to suffer the self-loathing and shame that was pounded into you as a child growing up in the Abrahamic religious complex. Yeah. And this doesn't just apply to Christians. I would like to invite every Jew and every Muslim out there to also please consider the idea that you are better than you were told you are, and that you deserve to be treated decently. Please give this some thought, and please consider the possibility that there are no gods, that it's just us, and that we are all in this together, and that the religions that taught us to hate ourselves have also taught us to hate each other. And if we're getting rid of the self-hatred, we should also get rid of the mutual hatred that is being passed back and forth. Because there is no legitimate grounds for the bigotry and hatred that is taking place today. None at all. We know better now, or should. And it is only religion that is keeping us chained to old bigotries, which are dragging us down and which are, yes, causing you to hate yourself, causing you to doubt your own self-worth. Yeah. So yes, absolutely. It's time to walk away from religion. To toss that Bible, that Quran, that Torah, toss it in the garbage. Yeah. Get rid of the prayer rug, get rid of the prayer shawl, get rid of the crucifix. Get rid of all those symbols of your indoctrination and self-loathing and replace them with the understanding and acceptance of the fact that you have value and worth as an individual. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be happy. I am very, very glad that I found my way into atheism, honestly. It has helped me to understand the damage done by my own childhood religious indoctrination that, yes, did in fact instill in me deep self-hatred and self-loathing, which led to deep depression. And you can overcome this depression by escaping from religious indoctrination. And on that note, I have to get showered and head out. I have a busy day today. Yeah. Ta-ta, folks.